Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today it's another episode in my Saturday series projects. So that's the day of the week where I grab a stamp set off the shelf and create 3 cards with no plan, no clue, no idea, and we just see where we go and we have some fun along the way. Now I've had a request for this stamp set. This is To a Wild Rose photopolymer stamp set, which is gorgeous and lovely, and I don't use it enough. But I actually had a request from one of my customers to do this video using To a Wild Rose. So Yvonne, this is for you. Hope you enjoy it and I hope I make some nice cards with it. So what I've actually got, I don't normally prepare for these videos, I never know what I'm going to make, but I have just grabbed some Whisper White that is 10.2 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres that will be my base card for stamping. I've got some thick Whisper White cardstock here that's already cut and scored for card bases, and I've got, which is very important with the To the Wild Rose, I've got some scrap copy paper, because this is a lovely set where you can do 2 and 3 step stamping with it, so it's always ideal to have some copy paper so that you can stamp off if that's the effect you're going for. But I haven't really got a clue because I haven't planned, as we know. So let's get going. Let's play with a memento. Let's grab a sheet of that and let's take, it's quite important to say that these images on the front, you can always find this out in your stamp set, just there it says images at 75%, so they are actually bigger than this. So you can see here that if I just grab my my outline stamp, it is a lot bigger than the stamp next to it. Okay, does just work with a D block, which is nice because I like a D block. Let's get going. So I'm going to use my memento for this first card. I might go to Stays On in a bit and do some watercolouring, but we'll see, we'll see. So I'm going to stamp, I'm going to grab some scrap Whisper White. Okay, I'm going to stamp it on there. So we all know that fussy cutting is going to be coming up here, right? So there's my outline. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just lovely. I'm going to play Petal Pink because I like Petal Pink. I've used it quite a lot recently because it is pretty much gorgeous. Okay, and this is where your scrap copy paper is also going to come in. So I'm just going to pop the lid on my memento ink pad before I have a bit of a disaster with that. Okay, grab another couple of D blocks. I'm going to pop these 2 onto D blocks as well. So oh, I'm in a mess with this one, right? So that's that one. And then this one here is that one. Okay. So before I even ink it up, I'm going to work out how this sits on the card, and I think it's going to sit not like that. Okay, this is why it is always great to have some photopolymer stamp sets, because you can work this out quite, there we go. So if you're watching and you're trying to work it out, this bit here was what did it for me. So you see this bit here that sticks out, it's the same as this bit here, and as it's photopolymer you can see exactly where you're stamping. So now I've got that in the right direction, I'm going to ink that up with my Petal Pink ink. Now this is distinctive, so this is going to be beautiful. Trust me, it's going to be beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp this off onto my copy paper, not hard, just lightly, like that, and then I'm going to come and stamp it onto here. Okay, I'm going to make sure it's covered all the way over, like that. Okay, I'm then going to grab this one, and this one I think is going to line up the same way. And it does. So again, I'm using this corner here to work out where it is. And I'm going to pop this into my Petal Pink ink pad. And this one here is going to go straight from the ink straight onto the card, okay? I'm not going to stamp it off anywhere. So make sure it's lined up and go. How gorgeous is that? Okay, so I'm just going to whiz around that with my snips and fussy cut it out. You could have just stamped it directly onto your card, but I wanted there's nice leaves in here, so I wanted to have some sort of dimension in it. Now what you could do, while I'm fussy cutting, I'll attempt to tell you, because I know I normally fussy cut in silence and that makes for a very rubbish video, is while I have used the same ink, so I've used Petal Pink and Petal Pink, and I have stamped off and stamped on, so you've got two different textures, you could actually use different ink pad colours. So one of my favourite colour combinations at the moment is So Saffron and Crushed Curry. So you could have stamped So Saffron on the background to create the lighter shade, because there's two different shades with that, without stamping it off. So you'd have just stamped your So Saffron into the ink pad, then onto here, and then you'd have used the highlight with the Crushed Curry, because that's a bit of a deeper sort of yellow. And if you'd wanted to go all dark and gothic, you could have done Smoky Slate and Basic Grey. So, where's my little base bit? And there we go. You know, I think, in fact, I don't think, I know I'm going to do the exact same thing on, oh dear me, oh no, look at that. So I'm just going to wipe that with my chamois, and this is why I generally don't pause anything that happens on my my videos, so that you can actually see these things do actually happen. I don't like over editing my videos, but yeah, look, if you can see, I've actually now put my Memento ink into my Petal Pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a tissue to start off with, very lightly, to just dab that out. Okay, it will also take a load of the pink. It's not ideal. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my petal. Oh, that's Flirty Flamingo. Good job, I read that. Do I have a Petal Pink re-ink? I should have. There it is. Petal Pink. It almost went very disastrously wrong then, didn't it? And I'm just going to pop some more ink onto the ink pad. This is generally how you re-ink your ink pads anyway. Normally I use a bone folder to pull this across. So we have our normal bone folders, and I normally do that. But I have an inky one that I normally do it with, which isn't by my desk. I'm actually just going to use a block for the time being, and I'm just going to, because then I can put my block, wash it, and it'll all be fine. So I'm just going to do that, which will spread the ink around again and make sure we're all inked up. Okay, and then this I can just pop to wash. Okay. disaster diverted. So things don't always go to plan in these videos. That is the fun. So that's why it's also quite handy to always have a chamois by the side of your table. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that down. There we go. Exactly the same as we did before. So I'm lining it up with that point there. Ink that up. It should ink really well now because the ink pad's been re-inked. And now I'm going to pop it down on my image. Okay, and then over here. Exactly the same as we did on the top bit, basically. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with the bases. I'm definitely going to put this away before I do that again. It's always a dark colour into a pale colour, isn't it? It's never a pale colour into a light colour. Okay. So I'm just going to grab another block. For my leaves. And they're gonna come out like that. There we go. And then I'm going to put the lid on this before I mess up again. And soft sea foam. This is a really light colour, Helen, so don't get being messy with this. Okay, ink that up. And that'll just drop in the inside of that. So will that one. So will that one. How easy is this stamp set if you don't put it in the wrong ink, eh? How easy is that? So easy. Right. Grab a couple of dimensionals. There we go. So now I just want a sentiment. So I'm going to go with hello, because I'm running short of big blocks. I've got to use all my D blocks. So I'm going to use hello. Pop that just there. Okay, and what I'm going to do before I make the other ones is I'm going to go straight to my rhinestones, and I'm going to grab my basic black Stampin' Blend. Using the brush tip, I'm just going to colour in a couple of these so that they are black. Okay, I've done 4 of those, and I'm just going to leave those to dry. It does take a little bit of time. So then I will come back, stick this on a base and embellish it at the end. Let's go on to my next card. And I'll try not to make such a mess of this one. Right. Okay. Okay. Let me grab my copy paper again. And with this one, Memento ink pad for the outline, obviously. I'm going to dump that down. And grab the leaves. Again, I'm putting the leaf in the same bit each time so that they look, you know, kind of uniformed. Okay, that bit goes off the page, so no need to worry with that one. Okay, a really nice background gone on there. Oh dear. Here we go with my lovely petal pink, which is going to be used for the petal pink colours only. Okay, ink that up. Stamp off. Line it up correctly. Okay, and then I'm just going to do that on all of them. Oh, stamp off. How many of you were screaming at the screen when I was about to do that? Hey, hey. Now I have got a problem with my other flower here, because this bit here, which I've been using to line it up, isn't stamped on this one. So what I'm actually doing is I'm just going to line this up on here, because I can see there and there. So I then know that that goes like that. So there is a sort of ways of working around that if that happens to you. And then this one here. Totally not lined up with that one. It's quite easy, but you just need to keep playing with this one here and keep having your eye on that one. which again, you're going to have the same problem with down the bottom, or I am, because that's the way I stamped it. So I'm just remembering that this bit here, it was there. So I can still get that bit. Okay. Soft seed foam again. Exactly the same as what I did on the other card. Okay. And with this one, I'll pop some ribbon on it. Which ribbon am I going to pop? Okay, this ribbon here is from the, everything's just fell. This is from the new mini catalogue. It's absolutely gorgeous. I am having a ribbon and embellishment share, so do go over and check my page. It will give you more information about what is going to be included in that share. This ribbon is, and you can get a quarter of a spool of every ribbon that's going to be in the new catalogue, so you don't want to miss out on that. You can join as many or as little shares of mine as you like. So I have a normal paper share, I have a speciality paper share, I have the embellishment share, and then I have the trusty ribbon share. So I've just wrapped the ribbon around, and I'm just going to create myself a little faux bow. This, by the way, is really nice because it's got this gold trim that sort of runs through it, which is scratchy. So when you feel it, you think, oh gosh, that doesn't feel very nice, it's scratchy. But actually, it is the best thing when you come to tying your bows, because it means that the adhesive sticks nice to it, and that it means once you actually tie it, it's going to stay in place. That's not going to fall out. So that will stay like that, which is ideal. I'm then going to grab a piece of scrap Whisper White. So have I got any at the top of my desk? No, I haven't. Okay. And I'm going to put myself a sentiment. I'm going to do hello again because it's here and it's on a block. Hello. And how am I going to pop you on? I think I'm going to do a punch. Okay, let's do the because I can see it, let's do the tailor tag punch, because that's what's punched out above on that piece of paper, and it reminds me how much I love it. So let's do that. And pop it on towards the edge. But what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to grab some dark paper. So doesn't look like I have any basic black pre-cut, but I do want basic black, so I'm just going to grab some out of my new pack. Score. Get excited when I open new packs of paper. It's the little things. So I just do that with my pokey tool. Okay. Come on, out you go. Okay. So, where did that punch go? There it is. I'm just going to punch myself one of those out. And another one. and another one. 3 will do. And I'm going to stick these on top of each other. So I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm going along. And I'm just going to use my Seal Plus because it's on my desk. What I'm doing is I'm creating some dimension with my tags. So I could put a dimensional underneath my hello to make it stick up. But that is just going to make my hello stick up. It will still be perfect white. It's not going to have any sort of a shadow. So I have made myself there a black shadow. And even though I'm sticking that on directly straight, I'm not off-cutting it at all. It's sticking it directly straight. So to you don't see any difference. But from the side, you do see that section of black. So actually, when it's stamped up on the card, you get a little bit of dimension and difference. I'm still going to pop some dimensionals underneath to make it stand up even higher, but it's just going to create that little bit of a border around there so it does stand out from the flowers. Okay, so hopefully you can see it's got a shadow on it now, and it stands out from the flowers. So that's card number 2. Card number 3. I was going to play with watercolour, but actually I'm going to keep exactly the same because I feel like I'm getting a bit of a sink here. I'm going to do this one really simple, really simple. Okay, so I'm going to go exactly the same. You've seen this on all of the other cards. Really simple. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, people. I will look at doing a separate video that is just my one card ones that is watercoloured. I will. And what I'm going to do with this one is there is a little teensy tiny spray bit which is just here. So I'm just going to pop that on there, grab my Memento ink pad, ink it up and stamp it on top just so it's got an even bigger middle section. And then I'll keep my ink out because I'm going to go with the hello again. Like that. I'm not even going to put any leaves with this one, just keeping it dead simple like that. So I've still got to embellish them all. I'm just going to fold and burnish these. Actually, before I fold and burnish these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my basic black now. As soon as I've kept them all looking the same, I'm just actually going to colour a few more of these in. All of the little ones, and I'll pop them over all of the cards. So do comment, let me know which one's your favourite. Let me know if you've ever done anything as silly as putting Memento ink into your pale coloured ink pads just for the fun of it. I know. I'm daft. Right. I'm going to put these on flat. I'm not going to use dimensionals. I'm just going to use Tombow. Pop these on flat. And to anyone who thinks that this is the same as stamping onto the base, it's not. You've still got a bit of dimension. And truthfully, our stamps, our inks don't stamp as nice on the base cardstock, on the thick Whisper White, as they do on the thin Whisper White. I'm going to put some ribbon on that. If you're using our inks, the thin Whisper White is a joy to stamp on. Okay, and then this one, which I think I am literally just going to pop a bow on it. I don't even think I'm going to wrap it round. I'm just going to pop the bow on it. Done. Okay, I'm rethinking the bow. Let me stick it on first. Oh! No, I'm not playing with the bow. Okay. That was the quickest rejection of a bow ever, wasn't it? So for this, I'd use the putty end. Just remold the putty if it's still squished from the last time you used it, like mine is. Okay, pick them up and dot them on. So for this one, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. For this one here, I'm just going to dot these all the way around these flowers. There we go. 3 cards, all using to a Wild Rose stamp set. So if you liked this, everything I have used today is available from my store. The link is in the corner, www.slimandstylish.stampinup.net. There's more inspiration over on my blog, the link of which is in the description bar. And if you've liked this, do give me a thumbs up. Let me know, 1, 2 or 3, which one's your favourite is. And do subscribe and come back for more videos. And Yvonne, if you're watching, thank you for recommending this set. I do enjoy playing with it. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.